YouTubers and fellow Vocaloid users. Today we're going to do a tutorial on the Vocaloid2 system, demonstrating various voices, how to import MIDIs, and of course, insert lyrics in the best way possible. Okay, now we're all familiar with Vocaloid, because if you're watching this video, then you know at least a decent amount about it. The first thing we're going to do is launch the Vocaloid2 program by any which way you have. In my case, it's the Vocaloid2 Manager. It's gonna take a little while, not sure why. There we go. Okay. Now that we got that opened up, you'll notice the Vocaloid2 display. Nothing really. If you have a VSQ by any chance for your Miku Dance files, you would open it up as normal. Usually it'll display it and it'll play correctly if you have a voice installed. Like in my case. Okay. Obviously a little bit crappy. We're going to start a new one from scratch. We're going to import MIDIs. This is a very simple project and a good way to start Vocaloid2. First, you go to the File menu, down to Import. In the select box, you go to File Type, and select Vocaloid MIDI or Standard MIDI file. Locate where your MIDIs are. In my case, it's in my Documents MIDIs folder. Find a MIDI, particularly from a game. In my case, I'll use Bomberman 2 Stage 6. Pick which parts you'd like to add to it. Usually all these are pretty good. It'll import them. You go over here where it says Voice 1. And make sure you delete it. Otherwise this won't work right. Okay, there we go. You'll notice there are a bunch of track names here which don't really make much sense. Zoom out again. Now, when you try to play the file, or in my case rewind it first, then play it. What the hell was that? I just got nothing. Now it gives you these weird messages usually. Some notes are overlapped. To take care of this, what you want to do, you want to go to Job, then Normalize Notes. Do this for every track that it tells you to. This can take a while if you have a very strange MIDI file. After you've done that, if the VSQ is perhaps too large, it'll ask that you render it. Here's the message. You'll just click OK. And you'll click over here. It says Render All. It'll do its job synthesizing this Vocaloid track for you. It shouldn't take very long. It takes a little bit of a drain on your processor, but I have a dual core, so not that much. Which would just average it out, though. I don't like when one core is being used up all the way and the other one's barely being used at all. Kinda sucks. Just gonna have it run to this track. Shouldn't take too long. Now, just remember that once you started normalizing notes and editing the MIDI, you will not be able to change your singer. I'll cover singer editing later. Most people only have 1 or 2 voices. I have all of them. So I'm going to demonstrate the different uses that you can do with a few of them, and how really it affects what you do. That may have to be in another part, though. I've already wasted more than 5.5 minutes on this. Oh, no, I might not get this done tonight. We just get this done, and you know what, this is actually pretty boring. Damn. Okay, and we're back. As you can see, it's rendered all our tracks, and it should be ready to play. Let me rewind it. Sounds pretty cool if you get a really good one. Wait a second, here's a weird part. It defaults all notes to the vowel sound A, so usually you get that. That was pretty weird, wasn't it? Well, this is pretty cool, and I've never done this one particularly before. So I'm going to save this as a VSQ because I think it's badass. I'm going to save it. My libraries, my desktops, Vocaloid sequences, open VSQs, save it as Vocaloid2 stage 6. It will save your VSQ. Might take a little while, judging by how big it is. Mine's pretty big, so that took like 10 seconds. Now in my case, if I wanted to use this in like a video or something, I'd go to File, Export, and the WAV file. I'll save it wherever I want. In my case, I would want to put it over here on my desktop. File name. Vocaloid2 6. Okay. When you export a track, it's going to ask you if you want to do the sampling rate, which I never bother with, honestly. The master track or the current track. You want to pick the master track for things like this that have, you know, a lot of parts in them. Click OK. And it shouldn't take too long, since if it's in the case of mine, if you've already rendered the track, then it doesn't need to do a whole lot of extra crap. So it really doesn't need to be worked anymore. Now that we've got that done, we have our WAV file, eloquently named. We open it. By default, the WAV files have like a 10-second delay on them. So they use their delay, but they also end up playing well. So it really ends up being a very good quality sound file. And I guess if you want to use these in a video and have fun, I guess this would be a good place to start. So later, YouTube, I gotta do something else. I leave you with the sounds of the eloquent VSQ which I've given you.